Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from the Pagel Activity Center, high school hockey on the air. Our final Hockey Night in Minnesota, Kare 11 Game of the Week featuring the Eden Prairie Eagles and the homestanding Minnetonka Skippers. Entering this game, the Eagles are 11-1, and 3-4 in the Rugged Lake Conference. Meanwhile, the Minnetonka Skippers stand at a very impressive 21-2-0, and they're 7-1 in the Lake Conference. We are going through your starting lineups as we speak right now. Let's quickly take a look at how this shakes down for Mike Terwilliger's Eden Prairie Eagles. Here's their group that will start up front for you. We'll have Teddy Townsend. He's been prolific, absolutely terrific offensively. Chase Clute and Andy Earl are on that line. Clute, by the way, takes the spot of the injured Connor Crowley, who will be undergoing surgery for his shoulder coming up here shortly. Well wishes to him as he looks to improve. We have Ryan Coring and Dylan Vornwald, a couple of large defensemen on the back end, joined by goaltender Isaiah Palma. Meanwhile, for the Minnetonka Skippers up front, they go with Gavin Gary. He's scored some big goals and some big games on some big nights. He has Javon Moore flanking his right and Hagen Burrows on the left. The back line is a star-studded blue line indeed, with John Stout and Liam Hupka, and in goal will be Kaiser Nelson. We'll take a look at the rest of the lines for you as we get this game going. Boy, they're timely tonight here at the Activity Center. Loving this. We are dropping the puck straight up at 7 o'clock. We'll pause now for your national anthem. Joins us, producer Matt Harrington joins us here for the Kare 11 Game of the Week. He, of course, is part of the Bubble Boys. Is that what we're calling you guys now?
If that's, I think that's a good name for it.
The Bubble Boys. That's you and, of course, Brandon Spratt. Boy, we've got some great programming coming up for you on Kare 11 Plus. If you're watching this online, you have a smart TV, get wise, download the Kare 11 Plus app. You can watch it seamlessly, and you can go back through and see our 26 games, 13 boys, 13 girls, and right now our 14 bubble hockey programs that might be featuring your child at some juncture within this hockey game. Why wouldn't you do that? All right, folks, here we go. I mentioned Teddy Townsend, 13 goals, 20 assists, 33 points, leads the way, number 28 in the middle. The kid's a gamer. He's a hockey sense extraordinaire. He's going to be going up against a very strong and physical Gavin Gary. And he scored the game-winning goal with 38 seconds left a couple of weeks back at the Eden Prairie Community Center in a game in which the Skippers took a 2-0 lead. Eden Prairie fights back, and then suddenly the hearts were broken on the Gavin Gary effort. Paul Knock in goal as he'll play that around to the right wing side. Townsend comes away with it. Now it's going to be Ryan Coring. They try to go off the side of the cage there. That misses the mark. There's Hopka. Pace and tempo should be the call to order here tonight off the side of the net. Big, heavy team is this Minnetonka team, and they try to feed that off the breakout, but the net was knocked off its post. A little bit of interesting trivia if you see the Eden Prairie Eagles play coming up here in their final game of the season or in the playoffs. They stand numerically from lowest to highest number down the line. Isn't that impressive? I like the organization. Very disciplined. Like it. And here I thought, the reason I asked is I asked Heather Coring, I said, isn't that sweet? Your two kids stand next to each other every time on the anthem. Well, they do it because they go numerical. So could have played that one off. Ryan Coring right there, of course, getting looks from the NHL. Committed to Colorado College, played around the wall. Now knocked out of the glove by Townsend. Lunsky was there. Now it's Stout with it. He's going to play to center. Knocked away from Sheets. Now Hopka, look out! Oh, that was offside at the line. The big turnover there, and the Eagles had a great look from Mason Moe, as he knows what to do with it when he gets down low around the goal mouth area. Mason Moe enters this game as a freshman with 15 markers on one of the more difficult schedules in high school hockey. Sand and the red-hot Cole Satterdahl. Satterdahl 4 goals and an assist in his last 5 games. He had a 3-point effort in Stilley against the Ponies as the Eagles defeated them 6-4. Played back down by the stick of the Eagles defenseman Thomas Moan. Now there's Sand with a shot that hit Luke Gary on the way in. And now Satterdahl with it. Flutters one that hops the stick. Hall will have to hustle into this one. He and Pasqua to the corner. Now Sand will gather. Moe is there off his stick to the right wing side. It's Krebsbach. He'll dangle over to the left wing side. Sand takes it inside, finds an open corner and plays it in. It's Moan with it now. Block crosses to the right. Up high it goes to Mason Moe. Now it's off the stick of the oncoming Billy Jacobson Couch. Now it's blocked off the wall. That hops the stick of Hupka. We wash it off. We play on. Now it's going to be Stout from the corner as he's going to find Hupka on the move. To the right wing for Burrows. Ooh, gets away from one man. Guides it over to Stout across the checkered. He plays that one in deep. There's Gary. Gavin Gary, that is. Back in behind. Nick Coring around the wall. A little too far for Miller as it's going to be played back in the Eagle zone. There's Clute waiting for the carom. He'll chip to center. That's up high over Hupka. Now Stout will chase down that puck, but had enough roll to it, Matt Harrington, for an icing call. As we'll take a look now at a couple of your line combos here. First, we'll take the the Minnetonka Skippers. We mentioned that second line for you, which is very, very impressive indeed. And on there, Lunsky, Schultz, and Sheets, they can fly. Pasqua, very skilled defenseman, and they've been absolutely solid indeed. That one steered off to the right side of the net. Now it's Kleiss with it. Ryan Coring to center. Stout off his skate. Plays that one in wide. One of the defensemen that should be mentioned out there would be Ryan Holzer. Of course, he and Danny Clares, we'll see them in our other lines as we go through those throughout the start of this hockey game. Townsend, that's off as that's the Eagles leaving it in to touch back up as Lunsky will gather. Size, speed, and skill this line possesses. And I would say that this group, if you take the first and second lines that they put out regularly for the Skippers, are as deep and talented as any 1-2 punch in the game. That's why they're ranked number 1. That's why they're 21-2 entering this one. Now it's House. The big defenseman sends a wrister in. Paulnock tracks it through the screen and makes the save. Now let's look over at the Eden Prairie Eagles at their next line. Of course, we talked about Mason Moe and his 15 goals. Cole Satterdahl's been hot, and Alex Hall brings some muscle down the side tape block, and Tommy Moan. Very strong defensemen who have found their way in the late conference in high school hockey as well as anybody. Sand and Satterdahl now to the right. Block back in behind the net. He's going to pull that away from Krebsbach. He has to keep the feet moving because there's not one, there's two, but three Skippers supporting on the defense. Hall from the corner with House bothering him. Sand back in behind. There's Clares. Nice little quick mitts there to get away from the forecheck of Moe. Center to the middle with Sand. Left wing side, Luke Gary. Luke Gary with a wrist shot from the slot. 20 points on the sophomore campaign for him. 10-10. Nothing more large than that goal he scored against Edina. The only goal in the game in the third period late with 5 minutes left. A 1-0 win and an absolute defensive tussle that had the offensive-minded fans frustrated and heading for the exits. No, actually they stayed. I was surprised, but we heard the whining. Now here's Mo from the left wing side. Where are the goals? Now here's a shot from Hall that's deflected wide. Now it's Nick Coring with it. Played back in behind the net. Mo. Now Krebsbach bothered by Hall. We're winding it down, folks. 2 more days after today of regular season play. Some sections have started to play at activity. Obviously, we're thinking about the 7A for sure. Matt, you can probably fill us in on anything we need to know there. Miller works the forecheck. Eagles are starting to move more south here on the past couple of shifts. Oh, Clue with a big hit. House stands over him and says, "Not in my house." Now it's played up to the line. Jacobson, Couch, and Gary come together. They have a penalty coming up. Gavin Gary is going to go as he's going to get, we'll see what they give him. Is it a hook? We got a hook. Power play for the Eagles coming into this one, clicking at 20.4%. They're 10 of 49. How about this for a PK? 45 of 49, almost 92% for the Minnetonka Skippers. 12-13 to go in the first. Nothing. 4-1 are your shots on goal. We have Teddy Townsend on the draw. We'll reset once again. Townsend in against Gavin Gary, a couple of juniors. Gary muscles his way to the win. Now Burrows with it. He and Vornwald come together. Gary will chip it back into the zone. Now it's going to be Ryan Coring. Ryan Coring looks and surveys, stays with it. Now Vornwald gains the line. He'll set that one in behind the net. Gets there on Hopka. Nice stick by Vornwald, the defenseman, showing some prowess on the forecheck. Now Burrows chips that away from Vornwald, gathered by Coring. Ryan Coring, left wing feed for Townsend, bounding puck as that rolled on the stick. Now it's Ryan Coring again with it. Now Vornwald comes away with it. He'll gain the line. Oh, they're going to be offside at the line as there's Vornwald. And offside it is. Let's take a look at the next grouping of lines for these two teams. We'll start first with the Skippers. We mentioned Luke Gary in that big game-winning goal, the lone goal of the contest. Jack Sand, Jake McCluskey. Also, we have Krebsbach that jumps in there as well. Robbie House and Danny Clares make up the defensive pairing with that group. Lunsky and Townsend think they're in the Olympics fencing. Got the tin foil on the swords. Now it's Ryan Coring, plays that one rink wide. Never understood that sport. Mo with it to the right wing side. That's off Townsend and in offside, but they play it out of the zone now with Lunsky carrying wide 1-on-4. He has some help with Moore up high. Holzer was there, Eagles. Now it's Earl surveying out of the zone. Now he's going to have some real estate. He's going to grab it. Oh my word. The referees are just reached out and tripped him up. Now it's blocked. Gets away from the defense, plays that down the line. Holzer is there. Hall. Here comes Kleiss. You know, the grind on this Eagles team is noticeable for sure. And the play of Andy Earl has been absolutely terrific. Oh, there's a chance in front. They score! There it is. Down low on the power play. The Eden Prairie Eagles take a 1-0 lead on the power play. That's Kleiss who puts that away from the work down low with Satterdahl and Hall. And I know the coaching staff is very pleased with this group right now as they've been very productive offensively for this Eagle edition. So they get the early lead. Was that officially a power play goal, Matt Harrington? Yes, it was. Thank you. Dave Langholz getting the job done. You know, you can hear him at the section playoffs as good as it gets. used to be the voice of Braemar Arena. Gave way to Pat Milan. And now Philly Dogs start. That's going to be a moment to play. Wow, you can feel a little bit of tension here in the building right now. Miller, these are section foes. Don't forget, folks, this is a dress rehearsal, if you will, for a matchup that could occur at some point in the bracket that we'll have right here on the TV for you. Scores! Javon Moore goes short-side. He's going to go for a skate on the celly. Superman comes out to play. 9:38 to go. We're tied at 1. It's interesting. I was looking at Javon Moore's numbers, and he shoots the puck so well. And it's kind of surprising when you look at what he's done this year. This is his 8th goal of the season on 28 points, so he's been a distributor for this edition. .722 the official time of the goal. 9:35 to go here in the period. And we're knotted up at 1. Right as I was talking about the dress rehearsal for section playoffs, we know those seedings are coming through on Sunday. I think the seedings mean more to the pundits like Matt Harrington and Brandon Spratt and the fans than it really does to the outcome of the tournament. You got to beat everybody. Here's Sheets with speed and on goal. Oh, he runs into trouble there. Who are they going to take? Nick Coring. Love his game. He has a little sandpaper and gristle. Went right there after it. The interference will be your call. Are we talking? What are we talking here? Rough. So that's on the Skippers. So Sheets goes for the rough at 7:45. Second power play of the Eagles. They're 1 for 1 with it. Townsend and Gary are getting to know each other quite well on this squared circle here tonight. Not like they already don't know each other really well, but why not? Renew acquaintances. Ryan Coring for Townsend. Bothered on the play. And Hagen Burrows gathers and rifles. Ryan Coring, he has speed. You know, he's one of those guys, when you watch him skate, the body is effortless, but he is moving. Earl plays that one in wide of the mark. Here comes Townsend. Takes that away from Hupka. Looked out front. Stout with a heavy stick there. Played it away. Now Hupka, watched by Townsend, finds an opening. He's going to try to get that in on goals. That was awkwardly off the waffle of Isaiah Paulnock. Do you know why it's called a waffle, man? Back in the day, it used to have those little white holes. Go look it up. Google Mike Palmatier Blanco pad. We used to call it a waffle because it looked like a waffle. Moore. Watched by Vornwald. Block is stood up on the play. Now it's going to be Mo as he accelerates. He has real estate. He's going to grab it. Angles to the left. Going to try to go through 3. Oh, scores! He did go through 3. Amazing. The youngster stayed with it. Toe pulls it right to the back of the net. And a second power play goal for the Eagles. We know that thing works. It's now 2-1. Goal number 16 for Mason Moe on the campaign. Now, the Skippers responded within seconds of that last one. It'll be very important if you're an Eagle fan, but they're going to want to stick to their game here. No, I mean, when someone scores 2 goals on the Minnetonka Skippers, it's news. So news has been made here on Kare 11. They have 9 shutouts on the campaign to the Minnetonka Skippers, a 1.04 goals against average. They're averaging scoring 4.5. Meanwhile, the Eagles just under 3 goals at 2.7. I mean, to do this within the first 10 minutes of the contest is impressive. Moen plays this around for Hall. He wanted to go with the old shuffleboard approach there, but that's taken away by the Skippers. Burrows with a little shoulder fake on Hall to the corner now. Satterdown gets into Gary. Hall is there to help out. Here comes Moore. He wedges his man. Great body position. Oh, look at that nice feed. Gary to Moore. Moore spun around by Satterdown, but gets it back. Moore guides it back up the house. He has Clares open. Angles. Oh, pass there for Moore off the on wing rather. The left-hand shot. Now it's Gary back up for Clares. Snapper traffic. I don't know if Paul Knox saw that as it thunders off the end boards. Now Block is just going to work to live another day. What we know happens is if you score on the Skippers, they're going to give you their very best right after that shift. No questions about it. Lots of action going on here tonight on MNHockeyTV, which of course is in partnership with Kare 11 and Kare 11 Plus. Could not be more pleased with our relationship and are appreciative of everything that's happened with the 11, with all that they've done with us, for us, and we can't wait to get into next year. Just wait, though. We've got the girls' state tournament preview coming up. We've got the boys section preview coming up, 2 separate shows to appear on Kare 11 Plus this week. Of course, we have our show on Sunday night recapping the madness we know as the final week of high school hockey. I mean, this is like, you don't really want to lose in here. Like, this is not that it's going to kill you, but it's just, you want good vibes. Hopka and Nelson with a huge collision behind the net, taking each other out. Friendly fire, as we call it. Krebsbach, ooh, nice little move across the line as he looks to find an angle as he carries this one into the corner, watched by Ryan Coring. Here comes Holzer. That's off the skate of Nick Coring. He out with senior brother Ryan as the sophomore controls. Nick Coring now. Watched by Sheets. Here comes Lunsky. Played over to the far corner. Twice from the corner. Skippers are just hounding on the forecheck right now. Blocker pad save, high rebound. Now it's Earl to the right wing side. He can go. Earl across the line. Plays this one wide on Pasqua, who said no. Now it's Mo. Plays this one rink wide. Block will get that in as he's hit by Lunsky. Now it's going to be controlled by Holzer as Mo in on the forecheck. Lunsky left wing side. That misses Sheets. Fornwald gathers. Back over for Block as they go rink wide, D to D. High through the center and up and out of play. Let's take a look at your final groupings here between these teams as we set you up on the lineups here in the first period. Eden Prairie will give you Gavin Orth, along with Billy Jacobson Couch, who's been moved up, and Rio Treharm as well. And then for the Minnetonka Skippers, a little bit of juggling here. Quick look there, of course, you have Thompson, Tibbetts. McCluskey now has flip-flopped with Krebsbach from 3rd to 4th as they kind of go back and forth. McCluskey, great solid energy player. I think we're going to do what they do with, we can say it because it's NBC. We're going to have them say Cole Satterdown and Matt Harrington, Culinary School of Arts. To have them say their elementary school because we don't want them to do, you know what I mean? I mean, the way it's going today, these guys are from all over the place, so you never know. That actually might be kind of interesting. That shot's deflected by Burrows wide of the mark. Matt Harrington will be picking up the between-period intermission host for you as he'll take you through the scores and the updates throughout high school hockey. Plenty to report for you. There's Mo with it, goes behind the back for Hall. 4:25 to go. And a very interesting first period. 2 power play goals for the Eagles. And a quick response after goal 1 by the Skippers has been the difference in this one. That hops Paul Knox stick as it's Moan with it. He had Satterdown. He's looking wide there instead. Instead goes to the middle for Clute. Throws that in. Stout gathers. Now Krebsbach. Back to Hupka. Off the wall to the right wing for Luke Gary as he's stopped. Nice play there along the line. Jacobson Couch. Hupka with a canceling check there. Forces a turnover and plays it back up ice. Now it's Sand. Krebsbach knocked away from him by Moan just enough. Whoa! And a big hit there by Miller as he hit Sand right at the whistle. But that little disruption there by the stick by Moan created that offside call. With 3:45 to go here in the first period. Boy, Bob Gibbons in the house. You know what? This has got to be passed along to the Pagel Activity Center crew. He said, good to see that the group knows how to put together a nice clean sheet. Oh, a stick save there because, of course, he is of Honda Center lore. The Anaheim Ducks, the former Hill-Murray Pioneer from yesteryear, off in the sunset in retirement. Earl's shots deflected. He's been a longtime fan of the very many iterations which are known as MNHockey.tv, Minnesota's streaming leader. Nobody puts together more streams. How about this? 1,800 of them, boys and girls, varsity and JV. Come on, boys, bring it on. Nobody does it like we do. That's a lot of hockey games. Huge investment into this market, and thanks to all of you who have jumped in on the pay-per-views and understand that in order for us to get this done, it requires a lot. Gary with it across the line. Loads and shoots. That one's off the netting and out of play. 3:07 to go in the first. There's such a great blend on this first line for the Minnetonka Skippers, and leading the way on their whole team offensively is Hagen Burroughs, 40 points. He's looking for his 20th goal of the season here tonight. And prototypical next level frame. There he is on the puck. There's more as he opens up to the right wing. The blue line got him. Back in across the line it goes. There's Gary. Now Satterdown with it. Oh, turned over. Here's Burroughs. Shot. He wanted the high blocker. Was looking for number 20. Now Pasqua. Wrister. Oh, pad save. Oh, and there was Gary. Almost had the backhand. That deflected off a player and happened to hit Paulnock in the pad. I can guarantee you as a former goaltender, he's saying, where did that come from? Goodness. Now to the right wing, it's Holzer. Back at center. Off the glass and back in behind it goes. Holzer guides over to Luke Gary as he accelerates. That's off Townsend. Earl is there, knocked away from him. Luke Gary to center. Now Block will find the opening and play that one in and around. Cut off by Nelson. Nice hustle by the Tendy to get there, and that was a late offside. They've had enough. 1:54 to go in the period. Shots on goal read 7-5 in favor of the Minnetonka Skippers. It's been fun watching Eden Prairie's John Kleiss, his game get better and better as a sophomore. You know, I mean, it's one thing to go from Bantam Dubs up to the varsity level. It's a big jump. And some of those guys are 18 going on 19. And, you know, what used to be easy to do in the real estate world isn't as easy to do here. And watching players like him develop and evolve, Clute being another one of them. And what more can be said about Teddy Townsend? Clean draw win there as he slaps it back to Block. Now it's going to be Stout. Outlets to Sheets. Read by Earl. Deflected back to center. As Block plays that down the wall. Hupka now with it. Minute and a half to go. Left wing side. Sheets. Now it's Lunsky. Guides it across the line. Look out. Schultz, a shot in the blocker pad saved by Paulnock. That was a tough one. Probably about 8 inches off the ice. Hupka plays that in. Absorbs a Mason Moe check. Now it's blocked. Cycles to the corner, but Lunsky reads it neatly. Lunsky will guide it back where it came from. Now it's Moan with it. This is great. We got Tommy Moan and Mason Moe. No N on the end of Mason's last name out here. Oh, and that one nearly fouled its way toward the net area. They like to challenge us here up at the booth. Off the side of the net they go. Schultz back up to the line for Hupka. Hupka's wrister doesn't get through as that was blocked by Block. In on goal, there's Nelson with it to the right wing side. Hupka had some pressure from Hall, under a minute to go now, with 30 showing on the period. Eagles lead 2-1. Couple of power play goals got things started here. Now there's more. He has one tonight. Oh, he wanted the high glove hand side, and Paulnock dropping to the butterfly reaches up and hauls that one in to hang on to keep this a 2-1 game with 19.8 to go in the period. Eagles tried to sneak someone out there. I think they were trying to get Teddy Townsend out there on the draw, and they said, get out of here. He went back on the bench. Now it's Gary with it. That one travels through the slot area. Moore, Claire's good feet to get there to keep. Now Burrows from the corner. Gavin Gary, Satterdahlin, Moe chops it, and that'll do it. What a period. 2-1 in favor of the Eagles. We've got some drama. Whoa! Andy Earl doing a nice job reeling in his squad. Now, what happened at the end there? Did they just come together and trip up? Or we'll have to wait and see, but we'll try and listen in here. A lot of milling around out there as Ryan Coring is looking over to see what's going on. Just looked up here and rolled his eyes. It's going to be 5-on-5 when we come back. Like it? We're going to take a timeout. The Eden Prairie Eagles and the Minnetonka Skippers have a good one going here. Oh, hey, don't look now. The Chick-fil-A cow is out there. Is that a cow?
Yes, it is, Pete. Well done. This is this. He was at the Eden Prairie game I did earlier this year.
You know, what did I have for dinner?
Chick-fil-A.
Oh.
Right on brand.
Does it get any more
Soon
tender?
to be the Eden Prairie Chick-fil-A.
Does it get any more tender? Let's keep it here. We got a little between period festivities. So he is it the same one?
I'm sure it is. Could be wrong.
Okay, so we have a number of shooters who are going to try and punch one home here.
Tell you what, it's a much bigger hole than the one I saw at Eden Prairie. Usually they go just wide enough.
Is that what you're saying?
I am.
Okay.
That is what I'm saying.
I love it. Could you score on that?
I don't know. It'd be tough.
I could.
I could.
First time.
Take my my club hockey skills.
First time I could bury. No problem. I could bury from the
really?
blue line.
Wow.
Yep. Far blue line. Don't even.
Maybe we'll have to get you out there next year for an intermission.
Absolutely.
While you're on the call.
Would that be mic me up with the road mic?
Well, I'm gonna send our guy Tom Streeter an email.
Tell Streets I need to do it.
Oh, he left his perch.
I would embarrass the field.
Really?
Chick-fil-A, Chanhassen, tip of the cap. They've been absolutely terrific with Chanhassen, Minnetonka, Eden Prairie hockey.
Soon to be Chick-fil-A, Eden Prairie.
I mean, they've been very engaged with everything that we're doing, what the teams are doing. It's absolutely fantastic. So,
wow, no tape on the stick, just going. I see the sticker still on it, on the blade.
That's okay. You got to go from the heel.
For sure.
Oh. Very close. Nice effort How do you do on Chuckapah?
I think I could do pretty good.
Oh, this guy's going straight up confidence here.
Oh!
Nope, that doesn't count. You got to have your head up. You can't. You. Oh, my word. Let's go. Oh.
Get in there. Oh! Patience is a virtue.
Apparently. Okay, we got 2 more shooters here.
Now, what do you win if you get it in?
I don't know. I didn't hear it because Dave Langholz sounds like the Charlie Brown teacher right now. Or olive oil. Or no.
Oh, there you go.
No, I meant Alice the Goon. Yeah, I love Popeye.
First shot.
That's how you do it. So he should get double.
I agree.
Very cocky right now.
We going to a showdown here or what?
Shoot up. We'll stay here all night. Can you extend the broadcast?
So this end, here's your winner right here.
JJ back at the studio.
We play on.
We'll be here all night.
Sun Def.
I can feel it. Oh, no.
This is it right here.
Can you read his paper down there?
Barely.
Boy, he must have some.
Oh, there it is. There's your winner.
You know, here's the deal. I can read this guy's sheet from up here on top of the track. He must have some serious.
Yeah, you're right.
What is that, about a 24-point font?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you know what? Now I can see it too. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Great stuff. We're giving Langer a hard time. He's a close personal. We're good. We'll take a timeout. High school hockey continues right here with the Skippers and the Eagles. 2-1 Eagles, and our guy, Matt Harrington, will bring you through the first intermission with scores and updates from around high school hockey.
Behind every world-class athlete, there's a team who takes extra care to support them. At Affinity Plus, we take extra care with all your banking goals, from checking accounts to credit cards. Our biggest victory? Helping you win in the ways that matter most. Affinity Plus.
What if there was a place where everything was hockey?
Funny skate. Here comes Steves in on goal all alone.
In Minnesota, there is.
Scores!
Behind every world-class athlete, there's a team who takes extra care to support them. At Affinity Plus, we take extra care with all your banking goals, from checking accounts to credit cards. Our biggest victory? Helping you win in the ways that matter most. Affinity Plus.
Your college experience begins with your dream. Your time at St. Cloud State will uniquely be your own, but your journey will be guided by our community. Be you. Be bold. Be a Husky.
They say good things come to those who wait. But greatness, that's a different beast. It doesn't come when it's called. It won't wander up to those who do nothing. You have to bait it with the sweat you leave on the ice. You gotta push through the pain, smile through every ache, and suffer every shift. You gotta chase it. All in the name of the game you love. Because greatness comes to those who take it.
Sniper's Edge Hockey is your one-stop shop for your at-home hockey training needs on and off the ice. Find the perfect start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top-quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your dekes and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
What if there was a place where everything was hockey?
He can skate. Here comes Steves in on goal all alone.
In Minnesota, there is.
Scores!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Kare 11 Hockey Night Minnesota. Eden Prairie on top of Minnetonka 2-1 after the first. Matt Harrington here with you. We're going to go through some scores of some big games around the state. And, of course, we've got a lot of great games on the girls' side tonight. We've got 9 section finals as teams are trying to clinch their spot in the state tournament. We're going to start, though, on the boys' side first and look at some of those scores. We had an earlier game today between White Bear Lake and Rosemont. Of course, Rosemont has been a team to keep an eye on as of late, and the game was at Rosemont, late afternoon start there. White Bear Lake, though, winners in that one 5-1. They've been playing some really good hockey, a team to watch certainly in Section 4AA. Also some other scores across the state. Rockridge on top of Greenway right now 2-0. Princeton on top of Duluth Marshall 3-2. A big one also up north. East Grand Forks and Roseau. All Roseau Rams 3-0 after the first period in that one. So that could be a nice quality win there for the Roseau Rams. Of course, those two teams met earlier in the year, which was an overtime win for East Grand Forks. Minnesota River on top of Fairmont, 3-0 after the first. Sartell St. Stephen, they are in the number 4 seed in Section 8AA. They ended up winning this evening 6-2 over Duluth East. Parker Cottage Grove, Forest Lake knotted up at 1. Lakeville North and Farmington, are scoreless. And Eastview on top of Gentry Academy right now, 2-0. That could be a very quality win for an Eastview team Eastview on top of Lakeville South. Lakeville South, of course, has been playing some good hockey here as of late. And right now, though, trailing to Eastview, that's a team to look out for in Section 3 AA, certainly, are the Eastview Lightning. So those are some boys' scores, and we'll have a couple other ones here. Gentry Academy taking on Champlain Park. They are scoreless. And it looks like Rose actually up 7-3 now on East Grand Forks. So there's your score updates on the boys' side. And Edina up 4-0 as well. They're taking on St. Michael Albertville tonight in that game. That, of course, at St. Michael Albertville. Going to the girls' side now, mentioned 9 different section titles up for grabs tonight. We've already had 3 teams clinch their spot in the state tournament. Of course, Rosemont, double overtime winners over Cretin-Aram Hall to win the Section 3 AA girls title last night. That was a nice win for Rosemont. First time they're back in the girls' tourney since 2011. And, of course, the other teams that have punched their ticket, the Laverne Cardinals, 4th year in a row, and then Proctor Hermantown as well. Those 2 teams have been in the Class A state tournament for quite some time. 5 out of 6 years for the Mirage, 4 in a row for the Cardinals of Laverne. Games tonight, Lakeville North and Northfield. That game has actually already gone final. Lakeville North 5-3 winners, so the Panthers are heading back to the state tournament. Congratulations to Lakeville North. That's the only game so far that is final. Fergus Falls up 1-0 on River Lakes. That's a Section 6A final. And, of course, some other games as well. Warroad up comfortably in the first, 4-0 over Crookston in the 8A final on the girls' side. And Mankato East up 1-0 on Hutchinson. If you want to watch that one, you can on MNHockeyTV. And, of course, we've got Grand Rapids, Greenway, Andover underway. Moorhead up 1-0 on Roseau. Gentry Academy also up 1-0 on Hill Murray in the Section 4 AA championship. So those are your scores that we've got so far. Of course, there's some other big section games tonight, finals, including South St. Paul Simley. Don't have a score, unfortunately, for that one at the moment. But, yeah, those are some of your girls' scores. So the team's back out on the ice here, and we're just about ready to roll for period number 2. Of course, we had some penalties at the end of that period. And we will play 5-on-5, though, here to begin the third, as it looks like Pete's ready to roll. We'll throw it back over to Mr. Wagner himself.
Thank you very much, Matt. Nice job between periods as we continue high school hockey right here with Hockey Night in Minnesota. Kare 11 streaming apps, Kare 11 Plus. Also the MNHockeyTV YouTube channel. Eagles have the 1-0 lead right now. Or 2-1 lead, the 1-goal lead, I was going to say. Now, keeping in mind, this is definitely, quote-unquote, the skipper's period. When you look at the goal scoring by periods, it's staggering. Outscored their opponents 42-5 on the long change. Meanwhile, Eden Prairie 27-16, but that is flat out gaudy. Townsend with it. I'd be curious to see if Minnetonka can stay to their game plan or if they get pulled out of it by this Eagle team. House takes down a man, look out! Here comes Ford, wild stick flying, holds and shoots, save! Oh my word, in front, oh, an Earl stick checked by Moore. What I want to know is where did that errant stick come from? I mean, that would be a penalty shot if it was intentional. We'll have to go back and look at the tape. Well, that was crazy. So House, and I didn't see who he was with there. They just absolutely barrel rolled each other. Satterdahlin flips that up in the air. That's gloved down by Schultz. Hall puts a body in on him. Satterdahlin to the corner. Here comes Mo. Picked up by Clares. Clares lays that one back for House. Here comes Satterdahlin. Now it's going to be Clares with it. Calmly takes it from the corner. Sheets now Moan with it. Shot blocker pad save. Nelson. Holzer back over for House. House to the left wing. Gary the touch pass. And here they come back through center. Sheets. Nick Coring loses an edge. That one back in behind Schultz off the wall. Schultz loses the handle. Played to center. Schultz will come over and take that away from Moan. Now it's Mason Moe with it. To the left wing for Satterdahlin. He stays on side. Snapper, glove hand save. Puck was rolling on him before he could really get good wood on that thing, but nonetheless, sit on goal as Nelson makes the save and hangs on. With the faceoff coming up to his left. You know, you think about that second period number, 42-5, for and against for Minnetonka. That is an example of a team that sticks to its game plan and continues to move forward, and they can beat you so many different ways. Holzer for Pasqua. They're not number one team in Minnesota for nothing, but what the Eden Prairie Eagles proved is that there are so many good teams here that on any night you've got to earn it, and you can't just show up because the Eagles are coming hard in all phases of the game. Now it's going to be Lunsky over the right wing side. It's Vornwald. Miller tried to deflect that one in, didn't get it where he wanted to. He greeted Holzer with a check. Now it's going to be Moore. Ooh, look for Burrows down to the slot area. Ryan Coring chips the glass to center. No ice on the play as Hupka will retreat back into his own zone. Hupka's bothered by Earl. Now here comes Stout to help out. Townsend gathers. He and Gavin Gary match up. Boy, those two have been on each other all night long. Moan pinches down from the wall. Kleiss, nice job with the mitt. Keeps that alive and onside. Now it's Hupka with it. He looks off to the left wing for Moore as he runs into a player. Townsend's dangerous. Oh, he wanted short side glove and hits the window. Now it's Kleiss from the left point. He's going to play it back in. Here comes Townsend looking for Stout. Stout to the left wing for Moore. He's stopped by Townsend. Earl plays the body there as it rolls into center. What's Paul not going to do? Paddle down and covers as they came into the net. It's pretty chirpy down there. We have the luxury of that because we're, how many feet, Matt Harrington, jump in here for a second. How many feet off the glass are we here? 3? 4? 4 feet.
Sounds about right, yeah.
4 feet from glass to wall, and we're probably, I don't know, 15 feet up off the ice, would you say?
Sounds about right.
There you go. We're right here.
You can identify animals, and you can judge heights.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I don't understand what's the reasoning behind the Chick-fil-A cow in on goal. Paul knocked the glove save. Like, why isn't it not a chicken?
Well,
because it's Chick-fil-A. Why am I getting a cow? Is it Dairy Day?
Well, if you did a chicken, that'd be
Dairy Month.
I think that'd be a little strange, don't you? If you were about to, that's what you're eating right there. I wouldn't want to have that as my mascot. But I get where you're coming from.
I'm gonna
have
to interview the owners.
Wow.
For Chanhassen Chick-fil-A. And soon to be Eden Prairie. Now here comes Mo with it to the right wing side. Escapes away. Now Krebsbach gathers from the corner. Bobby House. Now Sand with it. Lunsky gives that one up. Players to the corner. Nick Coring. Hall knocks that over for Satterdahlin. Nice job to flow over. Right wing side, Satterdahlin on the off wing. Tried to work through House. Lost the handle, but gets it back from the corner. Nice job by players to position himself on that puck and play it. Now it's Coring to Coring. Satterdown. Now Sand. Nice puck movement here at the Pagel Activity Center. Sand shot steered off by Paulnock. Krebsbach into the corner. Now it's Lunsky. Guides it along to the right wing side for Hall. We had a little music there. We're going NBA. There's a shot in on goal to the pads and a big save made there by Paulnock. There it goes.
You've been pretty critical of the folks in the box tonight.
The game night operations feel a tick off tonight.
They're just getting warmed up for sections. Because Tonka will be hosting a playoff game. We know that.
Oh, that's right. We're going to have every one of those Section 2 and 6AA quarters, as well as the Section 2A. How good's that going to be? Shot it on goal, again by Burrows. Paulnock squares and makes the save.
I don't know if you could have picked any 3 better sections than those 3 right there.
I don't think you can. That's why we are who we are here at the TV.
We'll get more into that later.
Jacobson Couch, the draw to the corner, block up the wall. That gets past Pasquale. He'll have to retreat. Here comes Kleiss with the long strides behind the net. Nelson plays it away from him. Moore deflects, picked up by Jacobson Couch. And here they go with Holzer back up ice. That's too far, and back behind it goes Vornwald. Shovels around the wall for Clute. Clute will chip the boards. Nice job. Look at the ups. Holzer makes the play. Keeps it down the wall. Gets a little bit of help. Gavin Gary just can't move the guy. That one's deflected. Now it's Burrows. Backhander. That thing came in with some pace. And Paulnock squares up, equal to the test there. 11:05 to go in the second. 2-1. Well, there's just 5 power play goals given up by Minnetonka coming into this one. 2 here tonight. Schultz back in behind the net. Protects the puck neatly. Turns and shoots. Blocker pad save made. Now Andy Earl. Oh, nice read by Schultz. That's play to the high stick by an Eagle player. We're going to bring it back into their zone for the face-off to reset the play.
I'll tell you what, Pete, I'm going to hop in here.
Please do.
I've been very impressed with the pace of the Eagles game so far. They seem to have a little extra pep in their step, so to speak. Sure.
Well, you know, the thing is, you know, when these late conference teams who just pound on each other year after year, now they're just not impressed. You know, it's not like, oh, you know, they come out and they do it. They don't care about records. They've known each other since they were squirts, maybe even younger. I mean, you know, what are we doing? AAA hockey at age 2 now? Left wing side now. It's Luke Gary. Backdoor Schultz. Oh! What a pad save by Paul. To the right, to the right, to the right. And he shuts that thing down. Wow. Mark the tape for that. That's a huge save. Earl comes in heavily on Townsend. Be careful. You can see Mike Terwilliger with a stunned look on his face there. Earl plays that one through. Off the boards. Now it's Moan. Nice job to cut that one down as he drills it back in behind the net. Hupka finds Stout. Back over for Hupka. Boy, they fit each other like a glove. Moan with it. Paul. Body check thrown there on Sheets. As it's Nick Coring with it. Looks for Satterdown back to the neutral zone. Now Skipper's possessed to the right wing. There's Sand with it. Walks outside. Nice job to keep it alive as he works on Nick Coring from the corner. Sand's going to guide it back in behind Lunsky. Still coming off the after effects of mononucleosis. To the right wing side they go. Hall through the legs as House was watching him. Now Satterdahl is there. Putting on the brakes was Claire's Vornwald. Oh, the stick got up toward the chops on Sand. You know that as he had to adjust the face mask, but we play on. Ooh, nice check on Moan down by Sand as he returned the favor. House gloves that one down. Lays that one to the left wing. Lunsky's shot's blocked by Vornwald. The big frame back in behind the net. He'll stay with it to the left wing side. Plays that through traffic. Ahead it goes. There's Mo with it. Got a shout out. I think Lee Smith might be on board from Salt Lake City. Of course, the longtime Eagles coach, racking up the wins in the 500 club. State titles. Sent back in behind the net. Flute with Gary there. Now it's House. Lays this one over to the left wing side for Gary. Block is run into. Now Miller comes away with it. Boy, this thing is like, how do we say it, man? It's just like Grizzly.
Yes,
they're moving the puck really well.
But
you
also
run
being
out of
physical.
options quickly because there's someone in you. I mean, it's a fun game to watch here. Jacobson Couch. He's stopped by Burrows, but it's played off the boards and up and out of play. Someone on the phone over there? Are they okay?
I think that little kid in the Wild jersey just took that one right.
Where is he?
He's got a blue hat on.
Oh, little buddy.
I think he's all right.
Yeah, he's smiling. You know what? He still loves the game.
That's right.
The game loves him. Townsend, Moore. Face off behind the net. Around it goes to Kleiss. Here's Gary with it. Reaches. Earl stays with him. Andy Earl plays this one to the left wing side. Here comes Hupka. Nice busy stick there by Kleiss to read that clearing attempt. Plays it in deep. Stout for Moore. 3 goals in the first, 2 for Eden Prairie, 1 for Minnetonka. None here in the second as we're the midway point of it and beyond. Sent back across the line. That's Gary to take from Moore on the bouncing puck. He escapes away from Nick Coring. Now it's Burrows with it. This line is dangerous down low. Here they go to work. Hupka, wrist shot, pad save by Palnock. Saw that one coming. That's off the wall. No ice on the play as it's going to work its way in on goal as Nelson steers for Stout. Now Nick Coring gets it, or Ryan Coring rather. And that one shoveled up and out of play as well.
Boy, look at the kids just going after that one.
They want the Suvi.
They do. Well, I'll tell you what, though. This is, like you mentioned, Pete, been a fun one to watch. It's had really good pace. And, yeah, I think we've seen that quite a bit in the Lake Conference this year with teams, you know, clearly Wayzata, Tonka, Edina are your top 3, but really a team like Eden Prairie and Buffalo as well in that conversation. They don't care about the overall record. They give it their all every night.
Tell that to the Bison when they beat the Wayzata Trojans earlier in the year. And then tell that to the rest of the 8AA. That's going to have to play a very solid Buffalo team. There's Luke Gary as he's canceled by Thornwald and edges off the puck. Up to Hall. Behind Mason Moe as he's going to have to hurry. Luke Gary was on him. Moe plays that back for Vornwald. He's going to play this back behind to the corner. All the way around, it's going to go up for Mason Moe as he waits on it. Behind Hall, he'll take the carom off the wall. Controlled entry. It rolls off his stick. House was there with the body. Knocked back in by Block.
Oh, the mask is off.
Came off. We can't go old school where you can play without the helmet anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah, that was...
Guys used to love that because they could get the hair going. We're talking 80s.
Well, you could see there Hall was desperately trying to keep that thing together and keep the play moving.
He had a run behind the net with it, too. Any scores surprising you here so far tonight?
Well, I saw Eastview on the boys' side is up 2-0 over Lakeville South. So that could be a nice quality win for the Lightning, who have had a few of those already.
Look out! Back it across the line. That would be 2 in a row for them, right?
I believe so, yes.
A lot of game left there, though. Kleiss off the toe of the stick, pushed wide. Krebsbach. Now it's Nick Coring with it. Gains the line. Oh, that one was off the glove. Rebound. There's a bomb that's taken by Moan. And the glove hand save made by Kaiser Nelson. 5:32 to go here in the second. 19-10 shots on goal in favor of the Minnetonka Skippers.
And over on the girls' side, Pete, we had Lakeville North win their section championship over the Northfield Raiders. So the Panthers back in the state tourney.
They punched their ticket.
They did indeed. Of course.
Are you posting those on social this year?
Yes.
You're doing the ticket?
Not the ticket, but it's got the bracket with the finish and how it all turned out. So close enough.
I liked it when you punched the ticket. That was great.
You'll need to talk to our creative director, Teresa Lund, about that.
Where was she? Sleeping on the chat. Nobody better. She has branded the TV to another level.
She has.
Gary, checked by Townsend, creative director. I love it.
Among other
Paul
responsibilities.
That is the title. Paul knocked the save. She did a great job laying out and designing the Eden Prairie program book, the Minnetonka program book, Holy Family Catholic Girls.
They've got a big one tomorrow
Girls,
night.
Senior book, Stillwater, Stilly. BSM and New Craig. Is that the one you're talking about?
No, I was referring to the Tonka Holy Family Girls section final tomorrow night at Braemar Arena, right here on the TV.
I mean,
yours truly on the call.
Trying to be at section wrestling. I have no problem with that, but boy, I might have to find someone else to take on. What time is your game? 8?
7 o'clock.
Huh. Okay.
Prime time.
Here's Burrows with it. I'm trying to figure out who I could get to take my role so I can come to that one.
Oh,
wow,
man.
Big check by Vornwald. Oof, that one was stiff. How'd they go for Hall? Pascal was unscathed off of that check, just came right back. Sattered on shot, bouncing puck in on goal. That one hit Gary on the way in. And more post-whistle discussions by these two teams. Sheets was trying to fly off the right wing. Instead, it goes to the left side. They ring it to him as Moan pinches in hard and plays the body there. Luke Gary and Clute come together in front of the skipper bench. Now it's House taking that from Clares. In deep it goes behind. Paulnock to set up. Glass is chipped. Now Luke Gary. Jacobson Couch. Sheets a shot. Stick save made. Paulnock was Johnny on the spot there. Jacobson Couch from center plays this one back in behind. Now Nelson sets up and they play this over for House. House guides over to the left wing for Gary. Earl will find an opening and send that one in. Now House with it. Gary waits on it. That's Luke Gary. Poke checked by Tate Block. Now to the right wing side. Schultz with it behind the net. He has a man open. There's Sheets. Oh, and a nice stick by Earl. Andy Earl read that one well. Here comes Kleiss, rolling puck. Can he lay it down? Tried to feed that one to Earl down the slot, who comes away with it. Oh, Townsend's open in front. Instead, he takes it to the net, tries to go short side high. Teddy Townsend was wide open. When you get him that puck, you never know what's going to happen there. You can shoot it. Wrap around attempt. Lunsky bounding puck. That one's off the stick of Coring. Now Lunsky is there. He hit Earl on the way down. It's going to be a long shift for this top line of the Eagles. We'll see if this doesn't fatigue them out, but there's the baseball skills of Ryan Coring, slashing that one up the middle with a nice stick. Now to the left wing side, Lunsky. Now it's Sand. In front, score! Krebsbach gets a feed down low with 2:35 to go in the second. The Skippers knotted at 2.
Took them a long time to get the equalizer here in the period, Pete, but persistence pays off. And that one just, you could tell Paulnock was just trying to recover there with his footing toward the side of the post. And nice finish indeed. Skippers get the equalizer here, 2-2 with 2:35 to play in period 2. And things are looking interesting now.
Things are getting interesting here. Okay, I got a little bit of clarification. Apparently I don't watch TV enough. When I do, I'm watching Netflix or something.
Or AEW wrestling.
AEW, and Chick-fil-A is not a sponsor. According to Patrick, really every Chick-fil-A commercial is now trying to get people to eat more chicken.
There you go.
Kind of, you were backing into it, but you didn't know, so you were as in the dark as me.
Fair. Makes sense. I get it. How about that? You learn something new every day.
You do. Javon Moore with his second of the game. Suddenly from trailing by one, the Skippers go to leading by one. Seconds later.
Javon Moore has had a heck of a game here tonight for Minnetonka. You saw the snipe earlier and a nice finish on that one as well. And I mean, the complexion of this game has been flipped upside down here in the last 25 seconds.
Stout. Back outside, that'll go off the skipper deflection up and out of play. Gavin Gary picks up the assist on that goal. Stout pushes back in behind. Paulnock to set up. Look at that for Schultz. Pumped by Townsend. Hopka's shot steered off the net by Paulnock. Shots are starting to mount here for the Skippers, up by 10 in that category at 22-12.
Yeah, and I mean, Eagles have had some good opportunities. We saw Andy Earl a couple shifts ago had a really nice chance after he broke one up in the defensive end. They need more of that kind of offensive pressure here to close out this period. Next 2 minutes going to be critical before we go into the break.
Vornwald from the corner. Played to center by Kleiss. Earl and Townsend pressures Hupka. Good poise there. The senior across the line. Townsend stopped by Moore. That's knocked back into the corner. Oh, big save made by Paulnock. Under a minute and a half to go in the period. Stout for Hupka. Took something off that. Again, off the mitts of Paulnock, and that's cleared up and out of play. It's an explosive moment. So now that second period goal scoring domination by the Skippers goes at this point to 47-5. They've outscored their opponents in the second period. Luke Gary, stick check there by Satterdown. Pasqua gloves that one. Hall try to force that through Pasqua. That's turned over, and here they come back the other way. Mason Moe. Now it's Holzer to stop him. Moan plays that into the corner as he gets this one back. That's deflected away, back over to the stick of Holzer for Pasqua. Satterdahl, a nice read there, plays it to safety, walks out of the corner. Here comes Moan with it. He has players in front. Now Satterdahl scores! Oh, from the top of the circle. That thing took some funny bounces. There's no way that Kaiser Nelson could see that puck as it beats him to the glove hand side. We're brand new at 3 with 41.4 to go here in the period.
One exciting finish to this period. We talked about how important those last 2 minutes would be, and wow, what a huge goal there from the Eagles. They are not going to give up no matter the score. They've been an impressive bunch, rallying from behind like that, and this has been a fun one to watch. It's setting up for an exciting third.
Now it's Nick Coring with it. Calmly to Kleiss. He plays it in. Stout. Hopka takes over. Here's the thing, though. If you're the Prairie Eagles, if you want to get into a state tournament, you got to get through the white and blue. Everybody in the section does. And you have confidence now. Through 2 periods, you're going toe-to-toe. There's a 3-2 game at Eden Prairie. Here comes Townsend. Ooh, he's dangerous. Stout on him. Townsend to the backhand. Oh, what a save made there. No call, no penalty. Great patience by Kaiser Nelson in goal. But Teddy Townsend's prolific and skilled. A great opportunity there. Nearly gave his club the 4-3 lead with just 6 seconds to go in the second period.
Well, I think Nelson actually got the follow-up try too there. It was a tough angle to see it from, but he made a second save as well, denying the second chance opportunity. Really nicely done. Good positioning in goal.
Townsend wanted to get that back to Ryan Coring. It's more with it. Just plays the center, gets it to safety. And nothing's been solved here. Wow. What a game here. Through 2, it's 3-all. Eagles and Skippers, shots on goal read for Minnetonka 24, for Eden Prairie 14. We'll have an exciting third period coming up for you here. What a great way to close out our Hockey Night in Minnesota season of 26 games, 13 boys and 13 girls games right here on Kare 11 Plus, the Kare 11 streaming apps. We'll be back with more right after this.
Behind every world-class athlete, there's a team who takes extra care to support them. At Affinity Plus, we take extra care with all your banking goals, from checking accounts to credit cards. Our biggest victory? Helping you win in the ways that matter most. Affinity Plus.
Your college experience begins with your dream. Your time at St. Cloud State will uniquely be your own, but your journey will be guided by our community. Be you. Be bold. Be a Husky.
They say good things come to those who wait. But greatness, that's a different beast. It doesn't come when it's called. It won't wander up to those who do nothing. You have to bait it with the sweat you leave on the ice. You gotta push through the pain, smile through every ache, and suffer every shift. You gotta chase it, all in the name of the game you love. Because greatness comes to those who take it.
Sniper's Edge Hockey is your one-stop shop for your at-home hockey training needs on and off the ice. Find the perfect start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top-quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your deeks and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
What if there was a place where everything was hockey?
Finding the skate. Here comes Steves in on goal all alone.
In Minnesota, there is.
Scores!
Behind every world-class athlete, there's a team who takes extra care to support them. At Affinity Plus, we take extra care with all your banking goals, from checking accounts to credit cards. Our biggest victory? Helping you win in the ways that matter most. Affinity Plus.
What if there was a place where everything was hockey?
Finding the skate. Here comes Steves in on goal all alone.
In Minnesota, there is.
Scores!
Here we go, out-of-town scoreboard time, Mr. Wagner, as we
That's what I've been
get
looking
ready to
for.
go.
That's what I'm talking about. Jay Larson, good to have you on board. I hope you're with us here between the period.
Edina 5-1 over STMA after 2, and over 4-0 over Centennial after
Wow,
2.
that's a big score.
Warrior girls well on their way to the state tourney, up 7-0.
Pause for a second there. What are your thoughts on that whole Duluth East 1 Andover deal?
I'm okay with it. I
know
am.
they beat them 5-1. Duluth East did.
Yes.
So based off of that, yeah, it makes sense.
Overall
But I mean,
records are very similar.
But do you think that's going to play itself out into the playoffs, into the post?
I think so. I mean, they're very similar record-wise, and of course, when they met, if I'm not mistaken, it was pretty early in the season.
What else do you have for scores?
I've got Gentry Academy on the girls' side up 3-0 over Hill Murray through 2 periods.
Wow.
The Stars 17 minutes away
Looking
from
to
going
punch
back to
their
state.
ticket.
Eastview up 5-2 on Lakeville South on the boys' side. So that's a good quality one. Andover up 8-1 on Grand Rapids Greenway girls. So Andover will be going back to state. No surprise there. St. Cloud Cathedral up 1-0 on Monticello on the boys. And let's see here. 1-1 in the 8AA girls final. Roseau Moorhead after 2 in that one. So we've got some good games brewing right now. And a good one here.
Looking forward to hosting the banquets for the girls tournament.
Look at
the
you.
River Center next week. The Let's Play Hockey sponsored banquets.
You're
Believe
you're
me,
big
we're going to
time.
be efficient. We're going to dine and dash. We're not going to get into story time.
In and out.
These kids need to get back into the routine. We got to say, hey, great to be here. We're happy for you. Here's a video. Let's hear from your coaches for about 2 questions, and we're oot. Over to the right wing side they go. Now it's Stout with it. Plays that one rink wide for Hupka. Stout now. This is a 3-3 hockey game. A chess match brewing here in the third, maybe. Oh. Gavin Gary to the corner with Ryan Coring all the way around the wall. House gets there, and he's going to play it right back to where it came from. Gary. Wrist shot. Scores! Hagen Burrows with his 20th of the year. Stick on the ice for you young kids at home. Good things happen. 4-3 Minnetonka.
Nicely done right there on the stick. And like you said, that's how you do it. Got to be in the right place at the right time. Burrows takes advantage. And the Skippers go back on top here in what's been a roller coaster last 4 minutes or so of game action here at Pagel Activity Center.
So it really started with House, who scurried over to the left side and slung it back in behind the net. Gavin Gary takes it off the boards and then throws it toward the net. Burrows redirects up over the glove of Paulnock. Now it's Schultz out of the scrum. House, one-timer, fans. Block with it. Satterdown. Sheets was there. Now it's Mo. Walks out of the corner. They'll play this one ahead for Hall. Now it's House with it. Luke Gary. That's knocked away there by Block. Picked up by House to the right wing side. Schultz will play this one in. And icing, back the other way we go. Hey, guess who reported late yesterday?
Who's that? Pitchers and catchers?
Boom. Be sure to check out the Overtime podcast. We talk not only high school hockey, we talk everything Minnesota sports, posted on your Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Go ahead and subscribe. We'd love to hear from you. Here's Coring with it. Slides that through the slot area. Sand. Ooh. You know, Miller's been real physical here tonight. He's been impressive. Been really asserting himself in that capacity. Jacobson Couch off the end boards. Bouncing puck to the slot area. That's too far for Sand. It's going to be Ryan Coring rather to play that in. Holzer. Pasqua to the right wing. Now Holzer comes away with it again. Long ahead it goes. Here's Sand. Snapper, stick save made, Paul Knock. Now Lunsky. Townsend with it, turns away from traffic. He can create some space, can he? Look at him go. Townsend burrows, angles toward him, gets a stick on, but that's not going to happen. There's Hupka. Absolutely sidewalk slams him. Who used to do the sidewalk slam? Is that the one-man gang?
Not sure, to be honest with you.
Bart Archer could tell you. Now it's Burrows across the line. Gavin Gary with a quick shot off the end boards. Now it's going to be chopped in along the wall by Moan. Gary cuts that off. Townsend again. Nice feed up for Earl. There's a loose stick all the way into the skipper zone. That's shoveled up into the air. Now it's going to be Mason Moe with it. Left wing for Earl off the heel of his stick. It's Moore to the right wing for Schultz. Schultz now. Mason Moe watches him. Schultz with Moan. They collide to the corner. Satterdahl and Gavin Gary in off that 2-on-2 battle. The Eagles win. Nice job to pull that out. Here comes Mason Moe, or check out, that's Tommy Moan rather, to play that one in. It's deflected off his stick. House comes together with Hall, and out of the zone comes Sheets, and he can fly. Sheets watched by Nick Coring. Stick save Paul Knock, all the way up high to the line it goes. Hall gathers. He finds the oncoming Satterdahl across the line, and sees cut off by Sheets, but Satterdahl gathers and plays in. Now from the corner, it's going to be Clares for Luke Gary, who's checked. Clares gets it back. Now House, deep in his own zone. Off the boards for Schultz. He'll have to regather. Just throws it to center as Ryan Coring finds Hornwald. Hornwald brings the dasher all the way around. Eagles are delayed off. Now they're good. Nice job by Hornwald to cut that down. Here comes Hall across the line. Shot, stick save made by Nelson, up and out of play. Nice scoop there by the fan in the crowd.
Very nice indeed.
He went lefty on that too.
That's what I like to see. I'm a lefty.
Yeah, he's just stuck out that right hand and hauled it in.
Well, I'll tell you, one thing I've been impressed with here this period, Pete, is the transition game for the Skippers has been really good. And even defensively, not really allowing a whole lot of clean entries into the zone for Eden Prairie. A lot of dump and chase for the Eagles this period so far.
Block with it. Yeah, really denied entry. Having to play it deep and work behind the Skipper defense. There's a big check. Bruising one off the boards. Jacobs and Couch as he came in on Sand. Now Holzer comes away with it. Lost the handle. Nice job to keep that alive, but off the boards, Clute steals. Holzer plays the body. Now it's Lunsky with it. Lunsky off to the right wing. Now it's Sand. Tries to work his way through Moan. And they're offside at the line with 11:35 to go here in the period.
Let me ask you this, Pete. I know that obviously the seating committee for 2AA is going to have a lot to look at. Of course, it's either going to be Tonka or Chan as the number one seed. Of course, Chan beat Tonka head-to-head really early in the year, 4-1. A couple empty netters sealed the deal. But let me ask you this. If you're the committee, do you put Tonka at 1 given the way they've played recently? Or do you keep Chan at 1 given the head-to-head record? Because the records are very similar.
Yeah, that's a really good talker right there. We'll get to that in a moment. Here's Townsend with it. Blocker pad save. I mean, basically what you're saying is, was the Chanhassen 4-1 win with an empty netter, so 3-1, whatever it was that a fluke or was it a win? And so if you're Chanhassen, you're saying, no, it wasn't. We beat him head-to-head. But if you go body of work, they're right. How many losses does Chan have? 2 or 3?
They've got 50 right now. They've got Gentry, BSM, and then they had Andover at the very start of the year.
Then they came back and just smoked BSM 6-0.
Yep. I think that probably helped their case significantly.
Then Minnetonka is going to come back and say, well, yeah, we got to play West Edina twice, Eden Prairie twice, every,
Oh, yeah, certainly the strength of schedule.
But the head-to-head, I mean, I'll put it this way. If Minnetonka gets the 1 seed and Chanhassen doesn't, and you ignore the head-to-head, then that takes Sammy Cowger's argument for her Hornets being seeded 2.
Yep.
After losing to Blake. It's the exact same argument. So if you follow that logic, Chanhassen would be the 1.
Well, every section's different. It just kind of depends on what you get. But
you know how it works is they come in and you rank the teams top to bottom without yours, and then they add them up. Collusion.
You're calling it out?
Sure. It's no secret. I mean, I'm not in the room, but I just go off of what everybody tells me, and I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying collusion.
At the end of the day, things will work itself out, right? Edina Blake in the girls' final tomorrow night at 6.
1 or 2, who cares? You get the last change, but are you really matching anyway? Right?
Yep.
Skippers with that 4-3 lead, the goal within the first minute of the period. Scored by Hagen Burrows. Oh my gosh, where did the voice go? It just went absolutely missing. This is the worst year I've had on The Voice all year long. I've done way fewer games. And it's solidified by my saying that The Voice is a muscle. The more you use it, the better it gets. And I'm not using it as much, and I'm starting to sound more and more like you.
Wow, harsh.
Just ruthless. Back up to the line goes Pasqua. Earl is stopped by Pasqua. Sand comes away with it. Sand now for Lunsky. Krebsbach. Oh, and that one's knocked away from Lunsky. All the way around the wall it goes. Push back in behind the net. Back door! Net's off its post. Didn't go in either way.
It's an unfortunate break there for the Skippers. Looked close, but obviously thing was a little bit loose as Paul Knott kind of nudged it off by accident. We'll do things over again here. 9:11 remaining in the period. And, of course, regular season comes to an end on Saturday here on the boys' side. We've actually got some section playing games, of course, on that day as well. I believe 4 sections are going to start on Saturday. We already know the 7AA bracket. You mentioned Duluth East, the 1 seed. And 8AA, Moorhead number 1, and 8A, Warroad at number 1 as well. Not really a whole lot of surprises there.
No. Mo was there momentarily. It's Gary to send this one back in. And, you know, you got this. The Skippers aren't really changing the way they play, but the way they play is a clamp down game. And when you're trailing, it's tricky to get quality scoring chances when they get it deep and go to work.
Saw that with Edina, too,
right.
The other night.
Just stayed patient to their game. And, you know, if you're trying to get ready for the playoffs, you want to win those 6 games in a row. That's exactly the things you need to do. And these types of games and experiences help you when it matters. There's a stick save by Paul Knock. But what we also know is in a 1-game setting, a 4-3 lead in the 3rd period on a team that you feel like you're better than can be very precarious like this. Paul is there. And this Eden Prairie team is incredibly talented and have had a lot of success at the youth level all the way up through, so they're not afraid of big moments. And they're Satter down with it. Play to the high stick by Vornwald. 8:01 to go in the period. Back into the Eagle zone we go.
Just looking at some other scores here, Pete, on some games. STA, St. Thomas Academy up 2-0 on Two Rivers. That's a Metro East Conference game there. Of course, Two Rivers has had a great season this year in Class A. Tough being in Matamidai's section, but certainly, who knows, maybe they could throw something in an upset in sections.
Back up through center. There's a puck thrown back in. Oh, that was going to the corner and deflected in on goal as Palmach had to get back in and make the save. Miller. Sheets was there to create some pressure. Now it's House with the slapper. Ooh, handcuffed. Palmach, tough one to handle. Twice muscled there by Luke Gary, or Clute rather, by Luke Gary. Now it's Luke Gary again. That hops the stick of Sheets, who stays with it. Nice job to work away from the official. 6th defender out there for the Eagles. Luke Gary puts on the brakes. Nice job to House down the left wing. Well, he's got a quick release.
Got some extra shoves here. Referee blew the whistle super early. And I think goaltender Polnock was getting it early. Yeah,
you can see
exactly.
Why, because these guys are coming to the net hard.
Yep.
And you're going to try to protect that keeper as much as you can.
Yeah, that's kind of the game it's been, right? I mean,
yeah,
physical style all night long, especially in front of the net. I've seen both goalies give defenders a little whack in front of their crease area. So obviously 2 teams that don't like each other and very well could end up playing in the Section 2 AA playoffs.
Cross the line, and Townsend is dangerous. Sand, glove down by Moan. Here comes Kleiss with pressure. Stout takes it from Hupka, back up for Sand to the right wing. Angling it through, Krebsbach with speed. Lunsky helping out. Moan now with it. But 6:35 to go in the third. Krebsbach. This has been a really crisp played game it's been big boy hockey. I've seen a lot of that lately. I'm excited for my Saturday night affair, Edina at Wayzata. Could that be a Section 6 AA preview? Perhaps. Krebsbach with it. Out to Stout. Oh, somehow on a bouncing puck was able to fight off Kleiss and get that in on goal. Hopka to the right wing as Burrows, or check that Sand, plays into the corner. Moan will guide that behind for Block. Block will play ahead. Nice job to Mason Moe. He's going to be 1-on-2. He has Hall with him. And he's stopped there by Pasqua. Bump to center. Now it's Nick Coring. That gets through everyone. No ice on the play there. Now it's going to be Pasqua. Gavin Gary was more to the right wing side for Holzer. Holzer drop pass. Burrows loads and shoots. Wide of the mark. Pasqua around the net. Ryan Coring looks for Hall. Holzer keeps and just throws it right back into the corner. There's Burrows with it. Now Gavin Gary gets away from Ryan Coring. That goes off an Eagle player. Satter down into the corner. Now Earl, nice job to win the stick battle there. Ryan Coring gloves and plays the center. Now Pasqua comes away with it. Under 5 minutes to go now, 4:53. Broken stick right in the middle of the center ice area. Matt, I say it all the time. It'll come into play some way, somehow.
100%.
Someone's going to throw a pass off. It creates a turnover. Oh, numbers the other way.
And it'll happen in sections.
No idea it's there.
It'll happen in sections.
Here it is. Oh, he caught the stick with a couple of skates, but I thought for sure he's going to stomp on one of those. Now it's going to be blocked with a wrist shot that's blocked. Townsend gathers, throws that toward the goal mouth area wide. Now Earl with it. Here's Earl to the backhand, up for Vornwald. Snapper, stick save Nelson. Look that one into the corner. Eagles will poke to the corner. Back in behind. Stout will clear that one to center. It's going to roll its way to the side of the cage. Got up on end to keep itself from being an icing call. That hits Kleiss on the way out. Satterdahl in to help out. Schultz was there along with Sheets. Bouncing puck knocked away by Satterdahl. Now Sheets will hustle into this one as they'll regroup back at center. Schultz protects as he'll run into a stick check there by Moe. Tried to work his way through Sheets. Somehow the nice heavy stick did it. Here comes Moe across the line. Down low to the corner he goes. Fights off a would-be checker. Stays with it. Nice job out of the booth. Up to the line it goes. Snapper, that's blocked. And now it's Moan with it. Rink wide for Vornwald. Back for Moan. Left side it goes. Now it's Moe. Hopka. Tough to make a move on him, isn't it?
Very difficult.
Yeah, go station to station with 17. Now it's going to be on the left wing side. Back over it goes for Schultz. Schultz back in behind. Jammed on the play by Moan. Now it's Moe with it. Flips to an open wing. Now Hall sends that one in deep. 2:48 to go in the hockey game. We'll say regulation, the way this thing's been looking. Now House with it. It's a 1-goal game, 3-2 in Eden Prairie earlier this month. Townsend plays that one over. That'll be thrown in by Moan. House finds Clares, up for more. Glove down by Lunsky in stride. Pleiss gets a stick in on him at the line to disrupt that entry. But there's more. Shot that's wide. Looking to seal the deal there. What positional play there by Townsend on Lunsky, who fought him off. Lunsky as well, terrific work. And he comes away with it. Now it's Moore across the line. He's stopped by the defense as Ryan Coring plays it off the wall. A couple of big-time defensemen come together there. Now it's Moore in front. Oh, Burrows to redirect the save. Paulnock. 1:47 to go. We're getting into the watch for Isaiah Paulnock part of the game. Gavin Gary throws that one in. Shivers Moe for good measure. Now there's Hall. Gary with it. Off the boards behind the net. Luke Gary. Ryan Coring with Vornwald, or Satterdalen rather. Luke Gary is there as well. 3 men high for the Skippers. And they're letting 2 men go to work down low. The Gary brothers. A wrecking crew. Oh, call. The referee said not calling it. Nope. Couldn't tell from here. Looked like a trip to me. But anyway, it's Luke Gary with it from behind the net. Satterdalen, he was there, not me. I'm many feet away. One-timer, that's deflected, and it's going to be played to center. They live another day. Under a minute to go now with 53 seconds. Here comes Schultz. That's off Gavin Gary's stick. Moan is there with the body. Nice job to play that one ahead to Earl. He finds Pleiss to the left wing. There goes Paulnock, as Matt said, in on goal, and that's what the Eagles get, is a puck deep with an opportunity to have a timeout most likely and a face-off.
Yeah, and we went a good stretch there without a whistle, but again, you're seeing that Minnetonka not allowing a whole lot of entries for the Eagles into the offensive end in the transition game. The breakout really strong defensively. They move the puck. Doesn't take more than a second or two before that puck comes on the stick and right off the stick to the next player. That's what they've done well.
There's someone supporting, too, in all phases, offensively and defensively. So if you turn it over, there's always support.
That's right. That's what they do so well. 39.2 seconds here, though, to go. Pete, shots on goal in this one. Pretty much a 2-1 advantage, almost. Not quite. My math isn't great, but 34-19.
Your Crete-Durham Hall.
My Crete-Durham Hall math. That's right. I wasn't a math major.
You're an artist.
That's right. I'm an artist.
A wordsmith.
A wordsmith, if you will. But yeah, 34-19 the shots in favor of the home Skippers. Again, 4-3. That what would stand as the game-winning goal coming from, I believe, Gavin Gary, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Wagoner. It was a minute into the period of a 3-3 game. But again, offensive zone face-off here for Eden Prairie, so Paulnock will remain on the bench. Looks like Earl, Satterdalen, Moe, Townsend, Coring, and Vornwald out there as the 6 skaters for the Eagles.
Gary and Townsend, we're going to end it the way we started with those two in the face-off circle. Townsend gets it. That's Vornwald shot that's blocked hard around by Stout. Ryan Coring looks to make the play as it's cleared to center. 27 to go. They better hurry. Vornwald is flushed deep by Burrows. Vornwald will try to work away from him. That hits the official to center. Moore plays this over to the right wing side. Now it's controlled by the Eagles. Here comes Vornwald with 12. He'll play that one in deep. Behind goes Nelson to cut it off. He'll play it right back up high. Morris stopped on the play with 3 seconds to go. Townsend will come back in, and he'll just fling it down the ice. And the Skippers survive a 4-3 win against the Eden Prairie Eagles.